Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Before we start, we have a disclosure. Please be aware a risk in the future trading. Our videos are for educational purpose only. Today, it was extremely slow morning. There is no movement in the market. Finally, the Nasdaq a few minutes ago start taking off, and there is nothing really driving the market. So we are using a scalper on the 200 tick, and then we are up to 1,237, and now this is is in a trade right now. And if we notice on the ES, I mean, staying all morning below the support area, and it is nothing. Finally, the Nasdaq broke up a few minutes ago, and we have a new signal on the YM. One thing before you start your morning, if your ES have a sell and your Nasdaq have a buy, or vice versa, you're not gonna be making money auto trading. The market have a lot of confliction. So when we had the buy signal, the Nasdaq took a trade, of course, from the market analyzer, is doing well, and the scalper is doing well. There are two different type of an auto trade. The scalper is taking it from the fib line, and the market analyzer taking it from the trend. So they are on two different directions actually. And now we have 1,412 on the scalping, and we have the market analyzer, the signal based on two contracts. So they are really approaching two different auto trade for different pattern in the market, different movement in the market. So this is why you have to almost 20 auto trade in your package for different situation. And the YM just fired the sell signal, and here it is on the YM. So also the market is really there is no really a movement in the market. The ES is not moving with the Nasdaq in sequence, and if we look at the buyer over the sellers with the Nasdaq with a 6 different time frame, all green on the market analyzer. Most of it is green, indicating in long. And if we look at the ES, the sellers are equal to the buyers, and the market analyzer is mixed red. Most of it is red, and also all the indicators are in red as well. So there is no long trend on the ES. The ES wants to go down, and the Nasdaq wants to go up. One of them, always in this situation, one of them has to give in to the other one. So when the market is not in sequence and you are auto trading a blind, you are jet skiing and sharks under your jet ski and you're not aware of it. And this is where you start, especially like today, you will be hitting thick wall, and you will be losing a lot of money. As you notice, there are a sell signal start plotting on the Nasdaq, indicating that there is weakness here, and the only reason the Nasdaq is not going with the same sequence as the ES, because if we look, you're gonna say why there are many lines in here. This is, you cannot trade when the market between those lines is untradable market. So what's happening with the Nasdaq, you have a tremendous support when the lines are tied to each other. This means there is no trade, and so the market cannot go down and break all the heavy support below that number on the Nasdaq. But if you look the Nasdaq, the resistance are the heavy ones, not the support. So if we notice here at daytime, you know, if you notice at daytime, the ES was struggling to break the resistance, and the Nasdaq finally broke the resistance and maintained above the support area. So that's why, you know, sometimes it's laughable. What you see is so scary that on the cheap apps, you see somebody put $10 and become thousands of dollars, and all this with the AI generation making the market look like a lottery, or looking like somebody don't have money to pay for his dinner, and then he used the app and now he can pay for his dinner. This is a really nice, fun, but in the reality, those cheap apps, that will never work and that will never get you rich. They just keep asking you to add $30 and $40 and $100, and they're getting rich out of you, you know, because any one they are activating, when you are putting those $30, $50, and they're showing you an app is making $300 on $50 or $1,000 after a few trades. You know, they are really scam, and they are really getting rich off of you, because there is no way cheap app is going to maintain what's going on in the market as what they are showing with all those you know, fake AI movies, the small clips they are using. And the fun part about it is a bunch of kids are doing this. Small children, they are getting $10,000 to make those fake videos. So they are small children, they are doing it. So be careful. The market is not like what you see on those cheap app. You put $30, you walk away with $3,000 at the end of the day. Believe me, those are cheap apps. It's just a scam. The reality is you need to see what's going on in the market, and there is no way you can just click and your $30 is going to be $3,000 at the end of the day. We've been doing this for 32 years. There is no way. So be careful. Don't waste your time and your money on those nonsense. So now the scalper is 1600. There is a little bit pulling back on the YM, and then you go ahead and they are, here it is, break even, and then the Autotrade adjust the trailing stop to the fibs, adjust automatically. And now if you notice on the Nasdaq has come into the re-entry point on 23,380. Very strong, the Nasdaq, but the ES is not complying with the Nasdaq, and there is confliction. And when there is a confliction, the market sometimes halt. So despite your indicator on the Nasdaq saying you're doing fine, is a long trade, the ES is telling the other story, where sometimes the Nasdaq hold. When the ES come into important level, the Nasdaq hold until the ES can survive or break that wall. So if we look at the Nasdaq is about now any minute has been struggling with the resistance on 23,405. You can see how many bars is trying to break it, and right now is able to break it. The reason is the ES start pumping and trying to break that many lines, indicating when there are many lines, there are a lot of troubles in there. And now, once he gets the ES out of this turbulence, the Nasdaq will fly to the long. Once the ES fly over the turbulence, this is a turbulence, this is a nasty area to trade, very nasty area to trade. And once he can get out of this turbulence, and this is where your Nasdaq go on a full throttle long. So what is holding your Nasdaq, not your auto trade, not your template, and not your money. You don't move the market. You have no inventory. You just renting the ES and the Nasdaq, and you are putting it back before the closing hours. So what you are seeing here is the Nasdaq trying to break, and we are waiting on Uncle ES here to fly above the turbulence. Once he break those lines, then you have a smooth ride. Both of them are going to be profitable trading. So this is really important to understand what's going on. So right now, the Nasdaq is start taking off because the ES start taking off, and now we start paying off your Nasdaq for going long. So now the Nasdaq is about to take off, and the destination, the first target, is 23,441. What we need to see the ES maintaining above this turbulence, and then we are in a good shape. And this is what is all about here. So keep your eye on the ES. Even if you are auto trading the Nasdaq, you need to keep your eye on the ES, please. So today is a Friday, as we said. You need to be a little bit more conservative on Friday, because a losing trade stays with you over the weekend and have impact on your friends, your family. And it is very important to be precise on Friday. The Friday, usually there is a big mess from the opening hours, the first 2 hours. This is where the most amateur people are trading on Friday. The best way to trade is before those people come in and make a mess in the market, earlier morning, or you wait till those amateur traders lose their money on the first 2 hours, go for lunch, come back after lunch. Around 1 o'clock, the market is stable, the losers go home, and then you sit down and you can scalp or swing trade on a Friday afternoon peacefully, and without those small little guys with cheap apps thinking they can beat the system with a $20 system. So because you have $20 in the market. So those guys, they're gonna disappear. They're just tourists. They are visiting, and they come fast and they leave fast, and you never hear from them again. So stay consistent on what the market is telling you. This is the second signal. There is a little problem keep going up with the Nasdaq, because the ES fell to maintain above the support area. So if you are auto trading the Nasdaq, there is nothing wrong with your auto trade. It is that the ES making your life, your Friday, miserable. It's not your template, whatever your template is from, whatever is your auto trade from, whether from us or somebody else, it doesn't matter. The rules apply on everyone. When the market is lousy, not willing to give you money, is applying to everyone, not just only you. So don't feel like you are picked on, or you're the only one not doing well. There are thousands of people falling in trap with the Nasdaq, and they are not making money in the Nasdaq despite what kind of system they have. So the whole secret right now, we need to maintain the ES. We need to keep our eye on the ES. The Nasdaq, we know he is okay. We need the ES to stay above those turbulence so we can keep going on with our life on the Nasdaq. So that's why I choose scalping on the ES, and right now we have 1,487 on the scalping. On the Nasdaq, you have a re-entry on 23,392 re-entry. To just be safe, I'm gonna go ahead and break even and leave it there. The market, the auto trade will adjust itself with the trailing stop. So right now we have the new signal on the gold sell position. I don't have the gold on the market analyzer, but our gold auto trade is doing extremely well, and we only have a couple of charts. We don't have that many on the gold, but they are doing extremely well. I don't know where are they now, but actually the most money made last week, it was the gold. Not the ES, not the Nasdaq, the gold. And absolutely, because it's summertime or after Thanksgiving Day till New Year Eve, the market usually is sloppy. It's not really good performance when kids are on a holiday, summer holiday, or when they are on the Thanksgiving. So now it is really important to see if this Nasdaq, this is the re-entry for the Nasdaq right there. So it is important to see, look, if this Nasdaq hold him on this re-entry, or he's gonna sink to the second re-entry, 23,387. This is the first re-entry, this is the second re-entry, and this is the third re-entry. You know. So if we notice here, the ES is between all those lines. Doesn't matter, it's not tradable. Doesn't matter what kind of system you have, it's not tradable. It's not tradable. You don't know which one is the support anymore and which one is the resistance, indicating this market is not. So we either, it's like precisely like an airplane. You either fly above the turbulence or you need to fly below the turbulence. We either go short from here or we either go long from here. Here, when you see a bunch of lines surrounded your number, stay away, stay the hell away. Another trick, when you see there is confusion between the ES and Nasdaq, with your eyes closed, the CL is trending. I have not looked at the CL. Let me show you the CL. Look. Beautiful trending market on the CL. Every time you see there is confliction or confusion between the ES and the Nasdaq, and they are not in sequence, with your eyes closed, turn on your auto trade on a CL because it's trending. Why? Because the professional people know when there is no money to be made, or when there is a confusion on the ES and the Nasdaq, and they are not in sequence, they refuge to the CL. Only the amateur people get stuck with the ES and Nasdaq. They cannot think out of the box. They cannot think out of the box. When he loses a trade, he changes template. He thinks there is something wrong with his template or his auto trade, or he changed auto trade. He's not thinking. So the ones they've been around for many years. I've been doing this for 32 years. With my eyes closed, when I see there is confliction, I know the CL is trending. So when you see there is no profit to be taken on the ES and NASDAQ, immediately switch your tools to the CL. Look, beautiful. Look at the CL. The CL trending beautifully and hit already the institutional number and is going to the second institutional number. And the second institutional number for the morning session is 65.37. It's finished. The auto trades on the CL, they're already done. They're already done before even 10 o'clock. All the charts are done with the CL before even 10 o'clock. So what you see here is the CL trending and the NASDAQ is sitting on hold, and the ES is a really nasty area on the ES to be traded. And that's what is causing your NASDAQ auto trade or your manual trade not going anywhere. And that's why we are using scalping on the ES. There is no swing trading on the ES. And we are using the market analyzer so let's wait and see what happened. Ben, if you have your earphones on, your team does not work. You can send me, you asked for templates this morning. You can send me a message, but I cannot text you back on your team. You're the only one. So I don't know what you have done. You blocked or you put some extra security in there. But Ben, your team is not allowing me to text you or send you the templates you requested today. So this is the second time we're having a problem slipping templates and updates for you. So I don't know how you're the only one. We cannot put any file for you or send you the chart template what you requested today. So you need to see what's going on with your team. I don't know what's going on with your team. So I don't know, sir, but I will look at it now. I'm not looking at the team right now, but I will look at it later. So only Ben, he requested some templates. We couldn't send it to him this morning. Okay, we are sitting on a standby. As we said, we have the first entry, the secondary entry, and the NASDAQ stayed on the secondary entry right there, as we told you. And this is the third re-entry. It's way all the way down here because there is a tremendous support. There is no way the NASDAQ is able to go. So if your NASDAQ taking short, make sure you take a profit on 23,366 because there is tremendous support down there. And you're not going to break it only if there is some kind of news come out, spook the market. But technically, there is no way the NASDAQ able to penetrate all those support area for no reason. So if there is something come out on the news to spook the market, yes, then it will go down. But technically, as we see right now, there is no news, nothing going on. There is no way the NASDAQ can break all those lines and keep going down. So you got to be careful. The ES is still, look at this. This is a very nasty movement on the ES. You hardly can make any money on it. Why I lost, here it is. So on the scalping, We're still on 1,237. The last trade was a losing trade. And on the Nasdaq, we still, once we had 1,500, 700, and now we have only 560. So that's life. Welcome to trading. Okay, we stay on the standby to see what happened. Thank you. Ben, I forced it down, but I cannot text you. I forced it down. There is a back way. I can send you the template, but I cannot text you. It doesn't allow me to send you message. So there is a way, back way, to able to force it in your team, but I cannot text you back. And so there is something wrong with yours, Seren. I don't know. Try to test it. You're the only one. So it's not everybody. You're the only one. We finally broke on the ES, and now we are out of the problems, and now everything is back to normal between the ES and the Nasdaq, and everything start making money. When the market analyzer fired the buy signal on the ES, both of them, the ES and the YM, start making money. When they were start being in sequence, everything start changing, and everything start making money. When the ES was not working with the Nasdaq, no one was making money. Only the scalper was making little money here and there. But now the market is in sequence, and if we look, the ES, Nasdaq, YM are all in the green. You have a 3 signal long, 3 signal long, 3 signal long. Now it is perfect timing to make money. When they're all three in the same direction, this is where you make money. When one of them is not in sequence, the Nasdaq, YM, ES, you will not make money. Doesn't matter where your auto trade coming from. So as you see right now, everything make money. All the charts are making money. So this is a really, this is a small trick, can make a difference between being profitable by the end of the year with many thousands of dollars, or could be losing many of thousands of dollars by not looking if the market is in sequence. That can cause tremendous losses. And if you can spot it, by just looking at the market analyzer, we don't want to talk about the winning trade. We will try to say the losing trades. If you lose $200 a day by not looking at the market analyzer is in sequence, that is $50,000 a year. The question is, do you have $50,000 in your account? This is the proper question. You don't have time. Well, you don't have the money, neither the time, neither the knowledge. Equal to banana. So when it is in sequence, let's don't talk about winning trades. Avoiding losing trades, $200 a day, that's $50,000 a year. You're throwing out of the window 50,000. We're not talking about the winning, only avoiding the losing trades. $50,000 a year. So welcome to trading. Now everything is okay. Everything is normal. Now the next level on the YM is 45.41, and then we have the 6,421. The CL doing well. The scalper is doing well. And this is another type of an entry on the BBT, and the Nasdaq is doing well. They're all doing well when the market is in sequence. So the re-entry on the ES is right there. The re-entry on the ES is 6,411. This is the re-entry on the ES, long. You don't have short, long. And everything looks normal. Everything looks nice now. Everything is smooth. So we'll see what happens. Well, it was a good day. We say thank you very much, and we wish you a pleasant weekend. Bye.